Go.
Hey everyone.
Ciao, ciao tutti. Hello,
Ciao.
everyone.
Okay.
C'è
Three
qualcuno?
now. Three.
Okay.
Let's see.
Free, just free? Okay.
Yes.
We can wait a few minutes. We can talk
Yeah.
Yes.
blah 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 for a few minutes, and then when people came around, we can start the show. And
Yes, indeed.
ciao a tutti.
Oh, ciao tutti.
I
Let's say
put the link on Facebook. So
ciao tue.
hello.
Ciao Francesco. So, okay, the people's coming. So people are coming. Sorry, and he doesn't need any presentation, but I'm very excited and happy to have here
Yeah.
ARNAU LAZARO.
I'm really honored to be here.
The pleasure
Hey,
and
ARNAU.
honor is our. Ciao Davide, Stefano. So how's it going in the Albion land?
It's good. I mean, we have strikes everywhere. Like everything is on strike, so you can do nothing. but it's okay. I'm a miniature painter, so I live at home and I don't move from there. So.
Oh, okay. Do you have your own, your own workbench studios? Or you got little rooms?
Yeah, I have a room that in my house, in my flat.
With your
it's very small, but it's everything at hand. So
there's everything you need.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't say a few square meters more would be bad, but yeah, it's okay.
I know that the rent are really, really high because I lived in London few years ago, a lot of years ago, but
with what I pay here in Spain, twice or three times the space.
Oh, geez. And what about shops? I mean, color shops. Yeah, but Winsor and Newton are English brand. It's quite easy to find out Winsor and Newton or other brushes.
Well, it was easy until a few months ago. The main art shop stopped selling them, and for some reason,
Why?
I don't know. They rose the price, like almost double the price for.
Oh,
wow!
Yeah, since October or something like that, and from there it's a bit more complicated to find them. But
okay,
yeah.
Then if you want to give some suggestions about brushes to use, yes, please do it. We can think about that.
Pretty simple in terms of tools. I just use the Winsor & Newton Series 7 number 1. Well, from 0 to 2, 0, 1, and 2.
okay.
And usually I'm starting to use Rubloff.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah, I used
It's another brand. Okay.
Yeah, I used a couple of them, and the tip is so sharp, and it stays sharp forever. It's something.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They don't hold that much paint because they are very thin, but for details, it's probably the best brush I try.
Interesting. Interesting.
Very interesting. Very good.
Nice
to know.
suggestion. Yeah. So we will know all your secrets now.
So guys, get ready to rumble. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the book.
The new book.
How many times?
Book.
Yeah. How many times it took for you to?
We started the conversations about doing this book when Kirill's book was released.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was in December 2020.
Yeah.
And
2020 already more than 2 years.
Yeah.
Times is running fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we started talking about it and signed the agreement and everything.
Okay.
And then from there, the second wave of the COVID hit the UK, and here it was pretty bad. So I didn't have the chance to write much for half a year, more or less.
Okay.
So instead of pushing the book on Christmas 2021, we did it in 2022. So
Okay, so the
basically,
original plan was
year and a half.
to release it in 2021.
Yeah,
Okay.
the very beginning, yeah. But it was a possibility that we had talked to put it in 2022.
Okay.
Sure. Mhm. And did you like the idea to have your personal book about it, or it was just nothing that you think? I don't know.
Well, I always liked the written type of, I don't know, teaching or
Yeah.
Okay.
I prefer that to maybe videos, or maybe because I'm not so eloquent, or I don't have my ideas as organized. So if I write, I can organize them better, and
Okay.
and I feel like I can study and exactly say what I want and transmit it better. So when they approached me, I thought that it was I prefer that to other like Patreons or something like that. And in fact, it opened me a new goal, which is
Okay.
do more books and like proper written stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Could we
also
start also with a question from the Telegram channel? What about it?
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
sure.
before that, let me just introduce this beautiful book. I mean, start to talk about this beautiful book. Yeah, this one. Okay, I'm reading. I'm taking my time because I need to paint also. So, but I'm quite in a halfway.
Oh wow! Wow.
Oh,
Yes.
already?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Okay.
eating it, but because I'm very, I like most that this is quite introspective, and I think because I don't know you now. I know you, but
Yeah.
not in real. So my perception is this is quite true. I mean, this is now.
Yeah.
And my first question is, it's so introspective. It has been easy for you to write down this kind of stuff because you talk about you in deep. When you start, from where you start. When you was a kid, you was a shy guy. You was even in sports, but then you was in different ways. In different way to artistic way, and you are talking about yourself here.
Yeah.
It's not something that you read every day, and this I like most. Rather than A, B, C, step one, put down first light, second light, third light. Yeah, that's theory. That's miniature painting theory, and you talk about the theory as well. Color theory. It's quite simple in any case to find out in the internet.
Yeah.
But this talk about how ARNAU uses the theory. It's quite different. This is the kind of stuff that I love most of the book.
It's really
the
different from
illustration.
the.
It's
from the
very
Kanev
different
book.
from the Kanev book.
And
Yeah.
now, did you decided to do this book in this way, or is
Yeah.
a casual decision, or
It's something that I was afraid because for two reasons. First, because our world is not used to maybe read that kind of book. It used to be more detailed or step-by-step,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean.
Practice. It's just practice.
Practical.
Yeah, which I don't really believe in, because I don't think if you give a step-by-step, you are giving the fish. I prefer to teach how to fish for people to get the fish, you know.
Yeah.
And I think one of the very important things for that is to learn about mentality, about what you can use to learn.
Yeah.
And the main issue I had with that is that the AK is a brand that comes from military painting tanks
Yeah.
and
Okay.
planes, etc. Right? So I was worried that they didn't understand what I wanted. Also, Kirill's book is more. It's more.
Technical.
Yeah, exactly. It's technical.
Okay.
It's more technical. The steps. There are more steps. There are colors. It's more traditional in the sense
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
And I was worried they didn't understood what I wanted.
Okay.
At the beginning, I think maybe they didn't, but when the book was halfway done, I think they did. And also, I thought that maybe people wouldn't like it, as you know, why would they care about me? You know, it's like they're
No, mate.
talking about my
No.
and
You're wrong, mate.
yeah, and actually, the first half of the book, or one the first third,
Okay.
it's the most that people talk to me about. Like everyone is telling me how motivated they are, how this is helping them, and I was not expecting that at all. And so it's a great surprise. It's also the part that I took most to write. Like maybe I was rewriting and erasing and doing it again because I didn't quite find exactly what I wanted to transmit. And at the end, I think it was.
You nailed, you nailed, really. I mean, you hit the center. Tua is asking, is this a biography as well as a painting guidebook? Well, I think it's related to the painting guide, but something more personal.
Yeah, I think it's the personal stuff. It's quite small actually. The painting,
Okay.
the chapter about me is, I don't know, 10 pages or something. It's not that much, maybe less even. But then there's a whole chapter of the mind of a painter, right? And
Yeah.
that's not only my mind, that's everyone's mind.
Okay.
Obviously, I use mine as a
As an
as a
example.
study, right? But I think everyone can relate to this, to the ego, the issues with motivation, or all these issues that we find along the way that are part of the painting, are part of the journey as well.
And this is beautiful when you talk about, first of all, you are not scared about talking on the failures. Practice and practice and practice, because the technique, you can learn a technique by practicing, but you have to keep in mind, you said, to broken the rules, you have to know the rules.
Yeah.
And this passed through the failures, and you show in your book your first miniatures.
Mhm.
And that's not something that you can see every day. And also the chapter where you talk about the ego, and pay attention, this is spoiler.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. When you said that you have to recognize when the ego is going to put you down and is going to motivate you, you have to recognize that.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
That's not so easy. That's not so easy.
That's not absolutely easy. But this one is a one key. You have to recognize that.
Sure.
And this is very, very motivating book.
Thank you.
Okay.
Do you think that this part of yourself, of each one of us, is because we only have contest show, or it depends on that, or
Interesting
also...
question.
No, I think it's like a football player, right?
Yeah.
Or everyone that does something, it's this something is attached to them. Is like they did that, and with us it's painting. So this painting is like judging ourselves, and obviously it's attached to our ego because we did it.
Yeah.
It's like if we cook something and someone tells it shit, we will get pissed most of the time. If we know it, then it's okay. But it's the same if you're a football player and you are bad at it, or everything that it's your creature, then it speaks to your ego, I think.
Sure, I agree with you.
I can't wait.
In the
to
meantime,
receive
I'm
my
going to
copy.
scroll. In the meantime, I'm going to scroll the Put in Paint page.
Some beautiful
ARNAU's works.
paint.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Meanwhile, can I ask probably a question that can be interesting, at least for me?
Mhm.
It's a small spoiler from the book, but how did you start painting miniatures?
Mhm.
I know it's a common question, but
No.
I think it's always interesting.
It's interesting because I think people relate to that, and I used to paint Warhammer as most of the people.
Okay.
I saw, I don't know what year what it was, but I saw in a kiosk in one of these news stores, newspaper stores. They had this thing that you could buy like one orc and a couple of paint.
Okay.
And I was very little, and I told my mother I wanted one. And I remember trying and liking it so much. Like it was something new, and I always liked painting and writing and drawing.
So you were always a creative.
Yeah.
You always had a creative mind since you were a child.
I always preferred arts and all this kind of stuff.
Okay.
And then Warhammer hooked me, like most people will know.
Like this one.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember perfectly the first box from 3rd edition in Warhammer 40k that I had. I still have the box.
What box is it?
The Black Templars against Dark Eldar.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You were a player
Nice
too, or just?
I was a player, but much later, much later.
Okay.
Yeah, like I think maybe in 2013, 2013, I started playing quite a lot with some friends, and for 2 or 3 years I played a lot.
Okay.
What about now? I mean, you are a professional painter, but what do you do in a free time? I mean, I know you stay with your wife. Okay, that's fine. What's your hobby?
I love going to the cinema. I really like it. We have this thing here which is called Limitless, and you can go for a fee. You can go all the time to the cinema you want without paying anything.
Which kind of style? Which kind of movies you like?
I see everything. Like I don't have. Obviously, I prefer science fiction, fantasy, horror movies, comedies.
Nice.
But I can see everything, and I really enjoy simply going to the cinema. And it's like a whole process, you know.
So you are not a Netflix lover or a streaming lover. You prefer to go to the cinema.
I go to the cinema, yeah.
Okay.
But I work painting figures. So my Netflix is 10
It's
hours.
always, it's always on.
Yeah.
ARNAU, Davide Rainone says, show your collection on Chaos Army. I well know you got it.
I have some, but I actually my love for chaos is not that
Strong
material,
anymore.
maybe.
Okay. Okay.
I love it, but I don't have many. Or if I have it at my parents' home, probably.
Have you ever tried to summon some chaos gods in your home?
Yeah, I actually had a Nordal army. It was my main
No, okay.
army. Yeah, and I have the Great and Clean one and the one from Forge Wall, actually.
Okay, wow, fantastic.
Yeah.
And another thing about your book, I really love you just to give an example about how you use the theory, the color theory.
Mm-hmm.
You explain about the RGB colors, then yellow, blue, and
Color wheels.
Red colors. Yes. I really liked how you use the bridge colors. Very nice to the bridge colors to harmonize the complementary colors. And in this figure, for example,
yeah,
you played with this bridge colors to harmonize all composition, and it's really, really good. Really, really good to read and try to try this kind of stuff.
Yeah, what I wanted to with the color theory chapter, I wanted the book to be very like useful, applicable to the painting, like not theory, this kind of theory that you won't use ever. I didn't want to put that in the book. Obviously there is some, but I would, if I could choose, I would remove it because I think it distracts from the goal. And I always thought that color theory is a small guide of how to use color or what you can do with it, but most of it must come from you and your taste. And I think color theory can be a shackle, it can take you down a little bit if you are too worried. And
they can
I
constrain you.
well. Yeah, completely. I explained that as well in a chapter that I did a figure that I didn't like because of this and etc. And I think if you see my website, for example, is a very easy way to see it because there's all my figures. Well, at least the most representative ones. They are all the figures together, all everything that I painted, and you can see the journey of how I use color. The very beginning is more brown and colors are a bit less playful with each other.
Okay.
And from there to the end, colors start having more importance. And I think it's because I just stopped caring about this color needs to be paired with this one, and it was more about feeling, about what I wanted. Like I like a lot magenta, I like a lot turquoise. Then I put that color, and that's it. Obviously, I know color theory, of course, and I use it to.
As I said before, in order to break the rules, you have to know the rules.
Yeah.
But as you said in your book, at the end, you have to do what you like and what you want. I mean,
that's exactly. The thing is, at the very end point of this is that what we do, we need to like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we don't like it, there's no point.
And there's a beautiful, also that in your book, there's a beautiful example in a figure that you did that you didn't like it. Hey, you said that.
Actually, I don't know if you reached that point, but there's a whole chapter of it, and after like how to correct it, how to improve it, etc. And I think it's one of the most interesting chapters of.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I can't wait to read them. But before I have a quick question to ask you, Arnau. How complete is your vision of the final look of a piece before you start it? Is something you have 100% in your mind completed when you start, or is a travel with colors while you paint it?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think I try to have a clear picture in my head, but obviously imagination is not that specific. You have some blobs of color, some idea.
A foggy vision of,
exactly.
the final result.
Yeah. And from there I refine it with the figure in my hand. Obviously, the sketch works exactly for that, because you need to put it in real to see it better. But yeah, I always need to at least know what I want. I think it's actually the very basics of art. Of if you do a painting, obviously you will need to know what you are going to do, or if you are doing abstract painting, maybe not, but you know.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Nice reply.
There's Luca Mazzetti. It's saying that he knows the color wheels, but he uses the I don't know how to say scarta. You know, when you have to change
the extra one.
The extra wheel of the car.
It works in Italian, by the way.
In Italian, it works. I think we can start with the people questions.
Yeah, Tue is asking, what was your motivation to go professional? What do you know now?
And when you start as professional?
I didn't choose to be a professional, actually, if that makes sense. I found myself.
The professional life that choose you.
Yeah, actually, I didn't want to be a professional. I wanted to keep my hobby separated from this, but being broke and not having finishing my university and everything, I didn't have money or a job or anything.
You had to, you know.
Yeah, so I had to. But it's not that I wanted. People asked me, and at first I rejected it. I rejected like 3 commissions or something like that, because I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to corrupt my hobby. And at the end, it was like, well, I had to do it because I need some money. And from there, I kept going, and I was painting armies at the beginning. So.
And when did you start as professional?
This was in 2013. It was I was painting armies.
Okay.
And in 2015, I started painting busts and
single pieces. Okay.
Yeah.
Display pieces.
How old are you now? I don't know.
33.
33. Okay.
Very young.
Yeah.
Fabrizio is jealous of your hair.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Sure.
When you turned to think, well, you started painting armies, and I suppose that your mindset was in that direction. Then at some point you changed, and you are doing what we see right now, just something very incredible, very new. I know that the inspiration comes from comic books and stuff like that, but there's been something that changed your mindset, or it has been natural for you,
It was
or some
natural,
influences.
but
I don't know.
yeah, I think one of the main things about being a professional of miniature painting is that people will commission what you do. So if you are doing armies, people will commission you armies. If you are doing busts, people will commission you busts. If you are doing female busts, people will commission you female busts. So
Okay.
if you want to break that,
This is your cat.
yeah, there.
The cat breaks something.
If I wanted to change that, my painting armies thing, I had to start painting bigger things, because if I don't do it, nobody will come to me asking for something that I didn't do previously, you know. So I actually started painting 75 millimeters as for myself, and eventually I sold them, and from there they started coming, but the decision was mine to change from small figure to large.
Okay. And the way you paint, you're painting.
Yeah,
Who influences you most?
the biggest influence by far always have been Magnus Glantz.
Okay.
I met him when I started, and obviously
Where's Mark? Come on, Mark. Where's Mark? Come on. We are talking about you.
being one of the best painters in the world and from the same city as me, it's easy to look
To
after
share.
him, you know. So yeah, definitely he has been from that moment until now, keeps being my main inspiration. And there was Big Child. The style of Big Child was always
Okay.
an inspiration.
Well defined.
How they played with color, and actually I one of the issues I had was because I was so worried of reaching the level of complexity with color that Big Child does, that I got distracted and I didn't know what I was doing, and I had to go back and reassess and do my own thing, because it was like a bit much, you know.
Okay. Yeah. In fact, I can say that you have some, to me, you have some part of Spanish way of painting,
Mhm.
and your own part that is probably now is bigger than the Spanish one. Your influences,
We're
obviously.
talking about style, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your influences obviously became from that side of painting, but sometimes obviously the level of Big Child is always at the top, but sometimes it's a bit boring to me, because you can see different painters try to paint in the same style.
Yeah.
I can understand the why, but it's a bit boring to me. That's the only.
That's exactly the point I was trying to make. Like at the end, if you are trying to emulate someone, basically you are picking on their brain, on something they understood as painting, and you are making it your own. But this thing is already digested. You are not doing your effort in your head, and when you obviously having some inspiration is always good, but doing your own thing and trying to develop whatever you want, it doesn't need to be something thought like I want to do this exactly. Simply follow your taste. Is basically that. Styles are just that. It's the result of your tastes.
Yeah. Try to go on your way. It's the best. It's the best way to improve also for the new buy.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Absolutely.
So for now, another question comes naturally: metal or no metal, or true metal?
The classic question.
Well,
Well,
it's
both
more
have
classic
their-
than to be or not to be at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's a funny question because metallic paints are, I think, better for smaller scales, while because there's a differentiation in painting that it's quite easy to apart from here. For example, we can paint for two reasons. We can try to emulate something in real life in a smaller scale, or we can try to make a painting of it. And these two things are different, very different. That's the differentiation actually between historic and fantasy. Historical painting tries to emulate something and make it smaller, while fantasy painting tries to make a art of it.
Okay.
So non-metallic would be for the art part. True metallic would be for the representation of true materials, and that's about it.
Okay. I think we have an interesting question here, and Lancho, would you like to read it?
Yes, from the our community pub Senza Gloria, pub Inglorious pub. I got a few
the
questions.
one from Amdal, and
Okay,
then
this
we can
one?
start with the channel.
This one,
Yes.
other than Mark, who does ARNAU thing, is the best painter right now. This is a good
Or
question.
one of the best.
Yes, let's say, yeah. Obviously, at the beginning, I said, we are Pittori Senza Gloria, Inglorious painters, but you are not. Probably
You have a lot of glory.
yeah. Right now, probably you are one of the best painter in the world that are giving something. You use colors in your way, and everyone is going to follow you. You, Mark, and some others painters. So, other than Mark, who does ARNAU think is the best painter right now?
I think obviously Kirill Kanev is a safe bet. It's
Yeah,
for
sure.
Another painter that I always liked is Sergio Calvo. I think his use of color is unmatched completely. Recently, I became friends, a couple of years ago, very good friends with Albert Morato as well. And seeing his figures in my hand and be able to study how absurdly absurd
Yeah, right.
how he cares. It's not about technique. It's not about that. It's about care. It's about love.
I think it's mindset. It's something about mindset.
He loves his figures so much, and I don't. So he's an inspiration in that regard for me, because he takes every piece as if it was his child, and I think that makes always a better result.
Maybe ARNAU, can this be because it's not a full-time work for him, and for what I know, it's still an hobby for Albert.
It can be, obviously. I'm sure it makes a thing, because he doesn't have to paint for others. He just paints for himself.
That's what I was meaning.
But he paints a lot. He paints a lot.
Yes.
He's slow, obviously, because he has this insane amount of detail. But
I read an interview by him. In this interview, he was saying that I'm not a professional, but my mindset is as professional one.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
Okay.
because the all effort
He's the
that he
closest
puts.
non-professional to a professional that there is,
Yeah.
for sure.
And I appreciate his painting, his works, and how he used the colors and the brushes as well.
Yeah.
And which country or city do you want to do a masterclass? Come on.
That's my wife.
Okay.
Honolulu. Honolulu.
Yeah, Hawaii
Also.
would be cool.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
Maybe you can read also the question from the channel now.
From the pub. Yes,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
a few questions. Let's talk about a bit of God and Demon.
Mhm.
In particular, this is a spicy question. In particular, about this one.
Okay.
Sorry for that. I'm going to ask you that. If you don't want to answer, not problem at all.
I don't
Let's
care.
see. Let me find out the. Just a second. Here we go. So this is. He hasn't got so well in God and Demon last competition. My personally, I said when we were there, this is my personal Slayer sword, not because I disagree with the Slayer sword, because it's a great figure, is a great composition, but because I prefer human stuff, human sizes. So this is match my taste. It's something related to taste. But the question is, in your point of view, why this Shane didn't get the statue?
Anything.
Any word.
No, anything. He did. He did. He had the
pin.
the
Pins.
Yeah.
not the pins, but
Commander.
the
Yeah.
Commander.
Yeah,
Oh,
command.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay, command.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
not a bronze, silver, or gold.
I
your
honestly think it's because I didn't finish it as well as others. I mean, obviously, I don't know because I didn't see the other entries as close as mine, and I
Okay.
know every single fault in my piece. But I know I rushed. I rushed a lot. I actually, it's not to brag. I don't mean that, but I painted every single miniature in one day. So it's something that you cannot win a Golden Demon with that. I mean, obviously, it was not 7 days.
You did the whole scene in one day.
No.
Each figure.
Every character.
each
Okay.
figure.
Each
Yeah.
figure 1 day for it. Okay.
And more or less
the date
10
was
days.
numbered.
Let's say 10 days.
Yeah, it was 10 days more or less.
Okay.
10 days. Yeah, maybe between thing and the other, maybe 2 weeks. But
Yeah.
2 weeks. Okay, let's say 2 weeks.
and I think there are some Golden Demon, the insane level of refinement is a huge point there, and I think I don't have that. Maybe
Okay.
that's what I always thought about my painting. I think I need to spend more time, and it's something that being a professional is difficult because the more you spend, the less you earn. And this was a commission piece, so I
But-
couldn't be.
Do you think that they noticed this? What you are saying right now? I didn't notice. Come on,
I think
sincerely.
I think it's more about small things. For example,
Okay.
the painting in this view, it's obviously very well thought.
Okay.
But in the backs or maybe some parts on the base are not as fully refined, maybe.
Okay.
So I think that may be part of it. I don't know because they didn't give me feedback.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess I think this should be it, and I would be happy to know that they didn't give me the prize for this one because I agree.
Really?
Yep.
Well,
I don't. I don't.
yeah, I don't agree with you. Come on.
No, absolutely. It's probably one of the best sheen in diorama category in Golden Demon. So
Thank you very
even
much.
if there are some details that you don't do at your best, come on, this is really a beautiful sheen.
I mean,
And,
I really like it, and
yeah.
that's usually this doesn't happen, and I really like it, and I would love to have it in my cabinet.
Yeah, sure.
For
Me
this,
too.
for me, it's already a win, and I know it's cliche, but
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah.
in the place, they told me how they loved it, and I really am happy about
Yeah.
the reception, and I'm happy about it. I mean, I look at it and it's cool.
How was the
Okay.
difference between this Golden Demon and the last one, the past one, before the?
I think
the
it
COVID?
was way more savage, this one. Way more. Like in 2019 was the last one?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
2019, it was way more relaxed, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I brought my Abaddon, which won a bronze. And I think the level of refinement was way lower than this one.
Yeah, I agree.
And I got bronze in the most difficult category, which is single 40K. Well, in that year was. So yeah, I think this year things got crazy, and I hope from there things will stay crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have the same sensation. Yeah, about it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Are you going
Yeah.
to the next one?
Yeah.
Are you preparing something? Yeah.
You're very close. How close are you from Manchester?
I don't mind. I'm doing a diorama as well.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm a huge fan of Blood Angels, and this time I'm doing well. I started thinking of planning about it, but most likely it will be a scene about Mephiston, and there's an illustration about it.
Okay.
Mephiston on top, on the middle, and then a lot of pink horrors and fire.
Okay. Fantastic. Can't wait to see it. Yeah.
Yeah. Reading this. Are you reading the 2K?
Yeah. Golden Demon is judged by looking at the weakest surfaces. The worst painted stuff is what is compared, and the worst surfaces on the diorama aren't that good.
What do you mean? I mean, in this edition, the last edition, I saw really good stuff.
Yeah.
And the judgment was fine. I mean, in any contest, there's something that doesn't fix at all. But it's quite normal in any contest everywhere. I think it's needed for the chosen style, and then I need that style because my working library.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Tue. I think I mean, I don't agree with that type of judging, but I think this is what they do, and that's why I think they saw my flaws and they compared maybe to other flaws, and they had less of them maybe, or they were less noticeable. I don't know, but I know these had flaws, so I could understand perfectly that they chose to value that.
Fausto, do you remember the other question? I'm looking.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a second so I can find it. Okay, Roberto Gerolimoni asked if you had some already planned workshops in Italy.
Not
yes,
but we have something in mind.
Yeah, good.
There's
another question.
Another from Luca Riva. He wrote, when you approach a new project or something technically complex, which methods do you use to figure out the color scheme and the various aspects of light? Do you use reference? Any tips and tricks?
Yeah, I think the planning of a figure is one of the most important steps of the whole process. And I do a couple of things. The first one is always look for artwork that it's inspiring in some way.
Okay.
It doesn't need to be exactly or close even in theme, but maybe colors.
Okay.
Pairs of colors or lights or moods or something like that. I use a lot Pinterest for that, and I have a lot of files and things to save all the stuff. And then when I know more or less the mood I want, I like to think about the light that's going to be there. So it's like doing a render in your computer. If you did a render at some point, you have to place your lights, right? And when you choose the type of light, distance, etc., you say to your computer, do the render, and the computer does it.
Yeah.
Then in your mind, you have to do that. You have to put your lights in your mind in the scene, and these lights will stay there for the whole painting. And if you understand how a light will work, then it's easy to follow, because you know that one light will be there, then it will be there for the whole painting. So every single thing that you paint will be considering that light. So that's very important as well, to have very clear in mind where the lights are, what type of lights are, and color, intensity, etc. So shadows and everything will come from that, will come from the types of light you put on the figure.
Okay. So you image a sort of story about the figure you're going to paint,
Yeah, I'm a huge nerd, so I like to play with the figures, and I love to imagine, and give some character to the figure is also a huge important. It's not tangible, like you cannot say this I did because of that, but probably at the end it will have some mood. It will have some, I will be painting something now for fair miniatures, and it's a very interesting case because it's something that you could paint. You see the figure and you will paint it one way. Everyone would think that way. But Fair had another idea, and we talked about it, and the concept is so specific. There is no drawing or anything. It's just a mood, a story behind the figure, and this story is giving a lot of things like details and even the color scheme. So trying to think about the environment, the story, it helps a lot.
Absolutely.
I used to say that when I used to paint a figure, it's the figure that is telling me his story. You know what I mean? I mean, it's sort of reading a book or watching a movies, and I like that part. I mean, most of the part is in mind.
It's like a character of a movie or a TV show. Yeah. The more the writers thought about this character, the more they developed it behind the scenes. The more it translates with the actor and the acting itself. Yeah. And maybe some hints can be seen from that.
In better ways, even if you at the end you don't see the result of this kind or all this mental stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if there is you...
Sorry, Fabian. Move on.
Oh, I just say that, like in the cinema, in movies, if there is something that doesn't work, you see immediately. So
Exactly.
yeah, that's the point. I also like to choose to concentrate myself like I don't know, I am the director of the of a movie, so or just the actor. And so I imagine also the smell of the figure I'm painting.
Yeah.
So
I think it does. It does a difference.
Yeah.
And for this, another thing that I loved to read in your book is when you said, okay, there's a story in the figure that I want to tell, and for this, you try to put down all colors roughly. So this is not a tip that we can share with everyone here in the community. Don't be afraid to use the color. Don't be afraid to put down on the figure the colors roughly. Play with that. Try to tell a story with that. Well, in this specific figure you changed. Okay, that's fine. That's really good to know, because at a certain point you realize that it didn't work and you change, and then you did these beautiful figures.
Yeah.
And this is really great to know. This is really important tips. I like that.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I think a lot of the things that we do in our hobby that we don't like is because we didn't thought of it. Like if you think what you want and actively do the exercise of not letting your hand paint by itself, because this happens really easily, and you end up doing whatever you know, and that's the simple thing to do. And painting and let's say advancing your painting, it's hard. It's really hard, and you have to push a lot. And I always say and thought that when I'm painting and I paint useful for my learning is when I end up really tired. If I relax and do it lighthearted, then I'm doing what I know, what I already know. So it's like at some point, if I have a headache when I finish my painting session, that's a worthy painting session.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
In the meantime, I'm going to share some of your links, and then we scroll some LAZARO painting a model base. Tue, thank you, Tue, to be very active.
Yeah, absolutely.
I really love the idea of painting a model based on the story, the feeling, instead of basing it on a cynical knowledge. Yes, I think that painting with the story in mind gives something unique on the figure itself.
Always.
Yeah, because this is an advanced step, because at the beginning, obviously, you try to study and follow someone else. But I think that at a certain point you have to leave this way and try to put yourself in it, and try to tell my own story. It gives a unique figure. Even if I'm not saying that is the best figure. I mean, my style can be, unliked by most of you or some people. That's correct. But it's me. It's my story, and this is undeniable. You know what I mean? So I like this kind of stuff as well.
Perfect.
Lancio, show us the link you put on the Beyond Miniatures. Yeah.
Yes. I'm going to just let me share the last one. I'm going to to put here.
Okay.
This is the ARNAU Instagram.
You do have a lot of followers, and it's very well deserved. But it's not. You didn't won a lot of awards, and it's strange to me because I love your painting, and it's really strange to me.
I didn't go to many.
Yeah, you didn't go to many, but when you go, we all see the difference in the show. So
I appreciate that. I think I never really cared about. I'm the opposite of a competitive person. I hate to compete for everything, and when someone tries to compete with me with something, I just leave because I hate it. The thing with shows and contests, I think I like to showcase my work there and to compare it to other entries. That's what I really love about contests. The prize itself, it's good, it's cool, it's obviously it's a huge empowerment when you win something, but it's not the goal, I think, at least for me.
I'm trying to open up the figures, but I can't. We have to. We can see your. Maybe it's my browser. But by the way, yes.
Fantastic figures.
Love them.
Beyond miniatures, why you felt the necessity to make your own brand?
Yeah, actually, I have like 2 brands because I have my website where I sell things as well. This is a brand I have with my business partner Alejandro Prieto, which we did we basically started releasing models that we wanted to paint, and so people could buy as well the models. It started as a hobby as well as painting, but it started growing, and at the moment it's
beautiful website, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah, totally agree.
I think it's interesting. The website, it's interesting because you can see my entire journey in this page, and you can see the evolution in colors and style.
I can see here. Wow, too much stuff, to.
I only put a few of them, but there are 107 or something like that.
Wow, fantastic! Really fantastic.
Really a lot of miniatures.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I like, for example, this one, the orc. How it's how did you think about this? Why I want one day I woke up and say, okay, today I'm going to do an orc that are watching in a door. Why?
No. It
has been
much
born.
more simple. I was stuck, as often happens when I have a lot of projects and I'm just burned out. And I wanted to paint something quick, like literally in a couple of hours. And I thought, what do I have at home that I could paint in a couple of hours? And I saw this one. And this, obviously, the post spoke to me, and it seems like he's watching through something. And this was a couple of hours exercise. And the funny thing is that I didn't like it, so I didn't want to share it online because I was kind of ashamed. And for some reason I thought, well, fuck it, let's put it there. and people start going crazy about it, and it was really funny because I hated it.
Come on.
Fantastic, beautiful.
Beautiful.
I
Absolutely
love the
beautiful.
story behind this project.
Look
I
at
really like the
how-
project, and now I also like the story behind it. Fantastic.
Wow, beautiful.
They never end.
website. I did.
Ciao,
didn't know
Albert.
this.
Wait,
Hey, are you working on your GD entry? Okay, that's good. That's good to know.
I saw this one in real. This is stunning.
Yeah,
The pictures are really good, but in real is even more.
wonderful.
It's a great bust, I think. Yeah,
Yes.
it's one of those busts that the sculpture is really good, and it makes your painting life
Easy.
very
Oh, I didn't notice this. I didn't remember about this.
Yeah, it
Very
was
nice.
it was a silly thing. It's like a seal, and the letters are beyond miniatures, ARNAU and Alejandro, and it's like
Cool.
we are trapping him. And he's,
Okay.
This one, do you prefer? This is not a question, silly question. 40K or AOS?
40K. All those.
Grande.
Yeah. I'm a huge nerd of the lore and Horus Heresy
Okay.
and everything. Yeah. It's the 40K's lore. It's unmatched.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Have you seen that
those-
actually they are releasing the Arcs of Omen background expansion?
Yeah. I'm excited to see.
It seems it will be really big. Can't wait to
Come
see
on,
it.
but
All.
a Chaos Warrior. Come on.
This was a difficult one.
Really?
Yeah, it has so many.
Was it
so many
for
details.
Kabuki model? Probably. Yeah. Okay.
I'm so fascinating, really. I lost 10 comments. Come on, we are we are stuck watching your website. We missed 10 comments. Ciao, Albert.
Not 10 comments. 10 comments.
10, not bad.
Did we finish the questions from the chat?
No, actually, we have another one.
Okay, that's good.
One from Luca Mazzetti. He's a very old painter. He's actually a 80 years old painter of the Italian community.
You will meet him at the next Golden Demon.
Okay. He wrote, it seems that the actual tendency of fantasy miniature painter is clearly oriented towards always bigger scale and towards a style always more impactful with techniques and effects that raise up the photos.
Yep.
And in some cases, the live results is less effective.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about this? And what do you think could be the new journey of the new evolutions? Yes, thanks, Fabrizio, of fantasy miniature painting.
It's a very good question, a very large
Complex
question.
Yeah, I know.
No, I mean in a good way. Like,
okay,
there's a lot of topics here, I think. The first one is about large figures, which I love. I love large figures. I think they are much better to do again pieces of art rather than the small ones, because they allow you a lot more painting there.
Okay.
That's simple.
Yeah.
But I always imagine what do I want for my art, and I always imagine a gallery of miniatures, an art gallery. And in that gallery, there are some cabinets for individual figures, like with their own story, like a proper art. And I think if I was someone that didn't know about figure painting, what would impress me? And for sure, it wouldn't be a bust, and for sure it wouldn't be something small. If I had a horse battling a dragon, and like, I would freak out with that. But if I find something really small or meaningless, like a bust out of a box, even if it's very well painted, only us know that, but not the general public. And I don't mean that I want to paint for the general public. I paint for myself. But I much prefer something spectacular because I'm, as I said, a huge nerd, and I prefer a knight. That's a cat. A knight battling a dragon rather than, I don't know, a human or doing nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
And that, I think, the fantasy hobby understood that in a way, understood that we can do much more than we are doing, and we are going to that point to explore bigger things, scenes, backgrounds, which is another topic which has some things there. But overall, I think we are exploring, and things will start to build up from here. And the picture thing, this is a funny topic because pictures are, well, not pictures, screens are a thing, and pigment is another. Pigment, a screen has light, pigments don't. So it's normal to have more saturation, more light in a screen. It's normal. Obviously, if you trick your pictures, then that's foul play. But I wouldn't be too concerned about that because it's something that happens, because it's how it is. And
yeah, please go on.
Well, I don't. There's always foul play in some places, but what does it matter? Like, I think merit. I don't know if merit is a word. I don't know if you understand me. Like, to be right or good at something, it's overrated in my opinion. Like, if you do good art, great, that's it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you have to cheat to get that, well, that's on you. I will enjoy the pictures. Whoever has the figure will enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's the question.
Okay.
If they do, great. If they don't,
yes,
then maybe.
Yes, I agree. I agree with you. Speaking about the larger scale, okay, this is fighting against GW. I mean, that it's making a huge market.
Yeah.
That influences in the bad or good influences everything. I mean, the larger scale, what I see, a part of your website, your brand that is totally different. I see that most of the brands right now are following GW, even with the scale are different. What do you think about this kind of, probably incapacity to move on GW? That they made a 30 millimeter scale.
Well, I think money and art are different things, and Games Workshop has a lot of followers, obviously, because they are a huge brand. They have a huge story behind, and it's normal that people likes it. So people will follow that, and people want money as well. So it's normal that people want to do something that brings them money, and I understand that. I think it's normal. So I think it's good in a way because this attracts people, and the more it's like if we are going to have, let's say, a 10% of people that it's trying to do more art, it's better to have a world of 10 million than to have a world of 10,000, because that 5% will be 10% will be much more in 10 million, right?
Absolutely.
So it will be always better to have Games Workshop pushing for us and bringing new people. And I'm fan of the world, so it's fine with me as well.
Okay.
I don't know if the question was this.
No. Yeah. Because we usually talk about the IP, and there's an intention to follow up GW too much. Seems that there's no the chance to try something else.
Yeah.
We seems that we are stuck in that world. And anyone has the proper intention or capacity to move on. That's we with especially with Fausto, that he's got his own brand as well. He tries to move in a different way, and this is a common talk.
Yeah, it is. But I think the bigger the Warhammer world is, the bigger will be ours. Obviously, the numbers are way smaller in the...
I love GW.
Me too.
Get me wrong, come on. I love AOS. I love
but
40K.
Between the professional painters, this is a very common topic, because it's like you put a very beautiful bust and you get 2,000 likes. You put a Space Marine half painted and you get 10,000.
A lot, yeah.
That's some people are pissed off by that. But
no, it helps,
it
it helps to let grow up
that many people that want that are involved in some way in painting.
Yeah, good. So
when do we meet again? Golden Demon, and then
Golden Demon, and then I guess SMC.
SMC, okay, fantastic.
And Monte will be cool.
You will be there in MCC. You will be there with your brand, or just as a competitor?
Most likely, I will be with a brand. Well, I will compete.
Both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like in Walmart Expo as well.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. That's good.
Okay. Would you like to add something
about
your book?
And if there are some questions from the chat, you can put.
I really don't agree at all. I think the miniature world have moved a great distance the past 5-6 years. There's a lot of stuff in production now that would never have made in 5-6 years ago. But I still see a lot of GW stuff.
Yeah.
I think both are correct. Like, it's a lot of Games Workshop stuff will be there always, but we also have more, because if they grow, we grow. That's
a point. That's a point. GW is not the bad guy here, because it helps us to move, to grow up, as community. As now, I know that you got a number of Henry Cavill. If you want to share, please do it. And for example, personality as Henry Cavill that came out with this passion. It's helping.
I think
all community.
It would be awesome if Games Workshop became mainstream, and
Yeah.
like superheroes did with Marvel Studios.
Yeah, Marvels, yes.
It would be awesome for us, even for the painters that don't paint Games Workshop, because if the Games Workshop scene has a lot more people, some will come to ours.
Yes,
and that's
I
great.
agree.
If
I
they
agree.
grow, we grow. That's for sure.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
agree.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will be, and I'm sure it will be more than now, so for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's part of
Okay.
it's an integrated part of this hobby. Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree too.
Me too.
All of us started with GW.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
Okay.
now I said I invite you, saying that there are no more 30, 40 minutes for you, but it's past 1.5 hours. Sorry. I don't want to waste your time. And if you want to if you want to add something about your book or about your new stuff, about you, do you have new stuff that you are working on?
Well,
Or just
actually,
commission?
yeah, sort of. I have two things. The first one is that we are, I think everything or almost everything is delivered from the Beyond Miniatures Kickstarter. So the new miniatures are already shipping from the website.
Okay.
And my website, which is this one, I will release a lot of new things in the next few months.
Okay.
I will actually, this is something I didn't announce yet, but I will like absorb or merge with Dragonhead models. So I will have all the Dragonhead models as well in my shop.
Okay.
Um,
Nice.
Yeah, and I will have a new model coming as well, I hope, in the next couple of months.
Oh,
Which I
fantastic.
think it's quite cool.
Yeah, fantastic. So there is not a Kickstarter planned or something like that.
No, I'm really,
No.
really tired of Kickstarter with it. We are only two people and doing this Kickstarter that blew. I mean, we were not expecting.
Yeah, it's
Kickstarter
exhausting.
that big.
Yeah.
It was really challenging, and for now, I'm out of it.
Okay. It's better to go on the old way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's get the end of this evening show.
Yeah.
Thanks to all.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Arnau.
I really
For
thanks
inviting me and
thanks Arnau. I really enjoyed this talk and hope to have you soon here again. We are going to invite other painters,
Other
maybe
painters,
sculpture. Yeah. But in any case, thank you. Sorry, Fabri.
No, I just say that we also have something for the future, and there will be a contest just for fun,
yes.
Yeah.
but it will be as big as possible. So we will contact you to help us if it's possible,
Yeah.
and that we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see.
because this is an online contest.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So we're going to judge the pictures. So as you said before, see if the pictures is good. Yeah, well, he's
I
going
mean,
to win.
you can tell when pictures are tampered.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can tell.
but
Absolutely
yeah, but in a doubt, we have to judge the pictures. But the in my point of view, in our point of view, the interesting part is that there's no medals. The prizes are in stuff, real
Yeah.
stuff, you know,
Yeah.
and miniatures, brushes, palettes. When we find the sponsors, we see we got some stuff. We are we are
We
gathering.
are reaching.
We are gathering stuff. So
we will do one as well with Beyond, so we maybe can talk to not step on each other.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, perfect.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Oh, this is Luca Masetti saying that I will buy the book soon. I hope this. I mean, merita tantissimo. Ve lo consiglio.
I have already ordered it from Mirko Cavalloni, and can't wait to receive it.
I hope you like it.
Price in the date.
So nobody will
Best
take
prize
part
in the
the
world.
show.
Yes, absolutely. No one's going to sign in the contest. By the way, thank you once
Thank
again.
you, Arnau.
I know
Really.
you're being so kind, and
Absolutely.
I know that you are a shy guy.
I'm getting
read.
to talk.
Okay.
So thank you all, and see you
Absolutely.
on the next one.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.
And
Bye.
Bye.
Oh.
Good night. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.